Welcome to the podcast. I hope you're doing well, and to you guys out there too. Welcome back. Wait, which camera am I looking at? Oh God. Okay. God. All right. Welcome back to the Burchalations podcast, episode 22. This is 22, dog. 22, man. Justin, let me tell you something, man. At the beginning, I never thought we'd make it this far. If anything, I didn't think we'd grow this much in such a short time.
I know, man.
Right.
It's
people are
pretty surreal.
People are like quoting what we say now. They're putting it like on banners and stuff like that. This one chick at Jason Aldean's last night, she had this big old sign up, and someone recorded it, and they immediately knew where it was coming from.
Yeah,
and they tagged us. And I was like, yeah.
And also last night whenever we was in Buffalo Wild Wings, one person they recognized your face from a reel
from an interview. I had my hoodie on.
I think they posted it on their story on Snapchat, not knowing that you were going to be in the same place as him later that night.
And it was funny because I had my hoodie on. I was eating. He was like, "Yeah." It's like, "Yeah, I know who you are." I felt kind of famous because usually famous people be trying to like. Disclose themselves and stuff. I didn't mean to do it. That was the crazy part.
I mean, I'm a man of the people, so I don't think I would be too famous for the people.
And what else are you for women?
A respecter and protector.
You're a respecter and protector of women.
Yes.
We make that as a joke, but I mean,
it's serious.
Yeah, it's serious. But we like to have fun here.
It's serious, okay? But you know what, man? How about you introduce yourself?
Yeah, okay. Tell us who you are, where you're from. Just what you do exactly.
Okay. I'm Sarah Best. I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee. Go Vols. Beat Kentucky, please. Justin giving me side eye. I don't know. What do I do in terms of like career?
Yeah.
I'm currently working as a project coordinator for a construction company. But
wow. Nice.
Moving on from that. I'm actually going back to school to get my bachelor's in photography.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I'll be happy to help you with that.
And
for sure.
And I've been wanting to have you on for a long while.
A minute. Now. Yeah,
I've been wanting to have you on for a minute because I wanted to pick your mind a little bit. And I remember like the first time I got to pick your mind out a little bit, we actually went kind of viral for it.
And
I want
you are one of our top videos.
Yeah, and I want to go back on that. It seemed like in the comments though, some people they had a problem with you wanting to dress modestly for your man, and I just want to hear why you think people might have a problem with that.
Yeah, I mean you see the comments and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, I saw some of them.
Yeah, like what are your thoughts on the comments on that video on people that maybe been on the other side of that argument?
Honestly, I think if you have a toxic relationship with a guy in the past, or say you're a dude and you've had, say a girl treated you wrong and she happened to dress less modest, like that's probably where it came from. Because most of the guys that did, like most of the people that commented on that video negatively were men. Naturally, because I'm a woman, God forbid, I have an opinion, I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I think men don't get hurt as much.
No.
They are not heard as much. Women demand to be heard. Some men do demand, but like
the president, maybe.
Yeah, but like men just don't get hurt as much. So I think commenting on people's social media is kind of how they. Feel that way, Even if it doesn't actually, it makes them feel better, I guess.
Yeah,
comment negatively.
Ever since we made this pivot with our content and stuff like that, doing the interviews, these kind of topics and things like that, our ratio between men and women when it comes to our audience is literally like 90% guys.
Really?
Because and it shows like the way that we blown up so fast. It shows that like this stuff's real.
Yeah.
Like guys really not like out here like really not being heard and stuff. So when we give the voice to the guys and even girls and things like that, it goes crazy because it's like it's like we all have the same lives somehow.
Yeah, and I think whenever a guy's voice is heard, and most guys, they usually say the same stuff. So you would think that people would pick up by now, but sadly, they really haven't.
Well, I think in society, like, women have been oppressed or whatever. Like, there's the whole, like...
Do you think that they're oppressed now?
No, absolutely not. Men are the oppressed now.
Yeah.
For sure. Like, women, like I said, women demand to be heard. They will not stay quiet. Not everybody. And this is, like, general. This is not case by case because every situation's different. But, like, women will force people to hear them.
Yes.
Men will just sit there in silence and take it because that's what, in society, that's what men are supposed to do. That's the traditional way. Like, if a man, say a man doesn't like something that a woman says, he can't sit there and be like, can you stop talking? But a woman can do that, no problem. You know what I mean?
Well, a man can, like, he could totally, like, tell a girl to be like, hey, like, what are you doing? Stop that.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, they don't.
She ain't gonna listen. She ain't gonna listen.
She gonna go after his,
yeah,
all types, call him names, all, like insecure,
it's
controlling.
It's probably because she doesn't respect that man deep down.
Deep down, I mean, to me, in a relationship, so to speak, a girl stays with you because she respects you.
Mm-hmm.
I believe love can potentially run out most of the time.
Yes.
And if it doesn't run out, it's definitely not as strong in some cases.
Mm-hmm.
Like at the beginning, like it's just warring, and then sometimes you have your moments and all those things. So I believe the respect for each other is what really keeps a marriage or relationship going.
Yeah, and I think a lot of men, they have respect for their woman because we rarely leave marriages and relationships.
Well, it's cheaper to keep her, as they say.
I disagree. Actually,
really?
Why?
Really?
Oh, what you
because a man, even if he doesn't want to leave a woman, like say he doesn't leave a woman, he will do all of the things to get a woman to leave him, so that he doesn't have to deal with it, so that he doesn't lose things. If that makes sense. Like he will, like say in I don't know, like
I wish I could disagree. I wish I could.
No more date night. No more like say he's not providing anymore.
Just treat her differently.
Yeah, like he totally shuts off from their relationship.
It's like women on one hand they usually curve like really fast, while men on their hand they curve like really slowly.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that we usually tend to do.
Exactly.
It's
a woman.
It's curved slowly. We try to string you along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A woman can decide. Yeah. A woman can decide if she likes a man or not, or if she wants to spend the rest of her life with a man or not, and detach from the relationship before breaking up, for sure. But a man will detach for a long period of time and keep that woman around, thinking maybe things will get better, maybe things will change, maybe I'll change my mind, and just be totally detached in the relationship and not at all like having their head in the right place. And then naturally the woman's going to leave because she's no longer receiving the same, like their relationship has totally changed dynamics. So like, she's like, okay, you're no longer who I thought you were. Bye. Well, and I can't blame her for that. Like, Yeah,
of course. Is it true that I've heard some girls say this? Is it true that y'all check out like months before the relationship actually ends?
I wouldn't say months.
Like mentally check out?
I've mentally checked out maybe like a week before I broke up with somebody, but I don't let it go that long. Because as soon as I've made a decision, I'm like, okay, bye.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Well, so it definitely depends on whoever.
It depends on the woman for sure.
It definitely depends on the woman for sure.
All right.
But okay, so my next question for you is, okay, I usually ask everyone this question. All right, since us being in Tennessee and all, right. I wanted to ask you, what city has the most red flag men, in your opinion, in Tennessee?
Yeah, what city's the worst for you?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't date a lot of people from like the same area.
Okay.
I would probably say probably Knoxville.
Okay. Okay. All right. There might be some people who agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't really speak on that because I don't like men.
Well, like, let me preface with this. Like, college age, like college life people, specifically like UT, it's It's toxic as hell.
Man.
Like the whole like college culture at UT. I mean, it's not. I'm not trashing them, but like there's parts of it that are toxic, like the bars.
I believe it. Yeah,
the
I
bars
believe it.
downtown and the bars on the strip, and
I believe it.
yeah, it's just. I mean, there's all kinds of people out there. I know that there's tons of people in Knoxville, but from my experience, I would say it's Knoxville.
All right. Fair.
You know, that's great. Just a quick question. Going back on that last topic, you mentioned that men are definitely the oppressed ones, right? Mm-hmm. So with that being said, the question I would like to ask is, what's the point of feminism now? If feminism is about equality, in my opinion, I believe that equality can never happen between men and women. There's either one's over the other. And from the looks of it right now, it seems like women are now the superior ones. And if that's the case, what are women really fighting for nowadays? Is it equality or is it special treatment? Is it female domination or is it male submission?
Dang, that's good. Yeah, I think women for so long have had to be in submission. Like, even in the Bible, it says, woman submit to your man. So, like, that's what you're supposed to do.
Well, apparently out here, they're definitely not in the Bible. That's for sure.
I'm just saying,
terrible.
Like, it's not that that's bad, but there have been
course.
In traditional times or whatever, when women were oppressed and men were abusing their power or abusing their women, then the women were the oppressed, and feminism had a purpose.
Well, yes. There was definitely a time where feminism had to happen. Like
traditional
first wave, second wave was necessary.
Now, honestly, I don't understand why they're still fighting. I mean, I do kind of, but like I don't at the same time.
I think the goalpost has been moved.
Yeah,
for sure. It's in freaking like way over there.
It was in the UT stadium. Now we're over here in Canada. I was like, what the hell?
We're in the Tennessee River, actually.
And I believe in this modern day and age where I believe that men, we really can't it's like we can't really figure out what this modern day feminism is, because I believe that women, they're the only ones who have the playbook. Like, they're the only ones who really know what it really means.
Yeah.
I want to know. This is going to be very how can you define feminism if you can't define a woman?
That's a good one.
That's what I'm saying.
What is a woman?
Beats me.
You don't know what woman is?
I mean, I do, but in today's society, it's there's so many different definitions. How can you define feminism if you don't have a definitive, definition for a woman?
That makes sense. I mean,
and I'm not saying that that's that's crazy or whatever, but I don't know. How can you?
I mean, I have an idea on what a woman is. I mean, I hope I don't.
I think
someone with a.
We are definitely in the rabbit hole, Justin. You might as well say it now.
Yeah, please.
Someone with someone who was born with a vagina. Yes.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, great job, man. Great job.
Okay, I mean, I can't.
Congratulations, you passed elementary school, man.
You know what, man? Speaking of ladies, I want to ask you, what's the real reason why ladies like Halloween so much, especially ladies our age?
That's a good question.
It's okay. You can be honest over here.
Because it's an excuse to dress up like a slut.
Say it, Justin.
There you go.
Hold on, man. Hold on a second. Say that little quote you've been saying all day.
What?
Halloween and these girls, man.
Yep. Halloween is the one day a year where a woman can dress like a complete slut and no girl can shame her for it.
Absolutely.
Or guy.
Or guy.
But we don't really slut shame like how women do.
They get a free pass.
Crazy.
Women are the biggest slut shamers.
Women are, but men are just as bad.
I don't think so.
I've been slut shamed more by a man than I have by any woman.
Really?
A woman will cheer me on in my sluttiness, and a man will totally tear me down about it.
Well, that's because women are in competition with each other to find the best man.
What do you think? Do you think they mean it?
No.
Do you think
absolutely.
They mean it when they cheer, when they cheer another girl on?
Oh, women?
Yeah.
No, because women love to stand with other women.
Like,
Yeah.
So like it could be genuine, it could not be. But I believe that I've been slut shamed by a woman before, but I've been slut shamed more by men than I've ever been slut shamed by a woman.
Okay.
Yeah, usually.
For sure.
Yeah, usually. Whenever a man slut shame, like they will still like whenever a man slut shames a woman, like in the back of his head, he's thinking that he'll still fuck that woman.
Oh, for sure.
But when a girl slut shames, she's using her greatest weapon against you, which is slut shaming. Because that's the number one thing. Because what's one of the number one things that a girl calls another girl who she does not like? She calls them a hoe.
Or a bitch. I mean, it just depends on the day.
Girls call each other a bitch when they say hi.
So
does it really mean them?
It's the tone. It's all in the tone.
Bitch. Yeah.
Yeah. But if it's like bitch, then you're like, oh wow, I should be scared.
Man.
It depends on the tone for sure. But
like for example, for example, I don't think a man will call another man a hoe. Like if it meant
no,
like if I walked up to Parker and say, "Hey, man, you a hoe," he would be like, "What?" And then I would say, "Like I'm like you fuck a lot of bitches." But do you know what he's going to say? You right?
Because men don't slut shame other men.
Well, yeah, because
I think it's impossible.
It's impossible
for a man to be a hoe.
What?
I believe that we are hoe makers.
Hold up.
It's called hoe makers, not hoes. They make them.
Oh, you gotta be joking.
I wish I would.
Well, do you know why? Okay, you know what, man? Why do you think the double standard exists?
No, I get it, but like, what the hell?
Why do you think the double
logic backs that up? I just want to know.
Why do you think the double standard exists?
If a man is sleeping with another woman every day of the week, he's not a hoe? You're telling me that? He's not a hoe. He's making hoes.
There's a lot of things that he has done or who he is to get to that point to have all those girls. No man can just magically just be banging all like a bunch of girls.
Really?
Especially of high quality. But for a girl though, they could walk into cahoots right tonight and ask.
They can walk in really any bar,
and ask any guy, and she'll go home with a guy that night.
Most likely.
Sure.
No.
Yes.
You got to be kidding.
Do you know how? No, listen. Do you? I don't. I'll approach a man.
We're not just don't attribute everything to yourself.
I'm not, well, that's true.
Yeah, please don't do that.
Let's do that. Well, let's use general sense of all of my friends.
Yes.
Of all of my friends, men will come up to us or whoever.
Yes.
Say, "Can I take you home?"
Yes.
We say no. He's like, "Well, you're ugly anyway. I'll just go find somebody else."
That's because his feelings got hurt.
Yeah, I mean,
that's because his feelings got hurt.
Yeah.
So I'm just supposed to act fake and be like, "Oh no, actually, yeah, I totally would."
Well, I mean,
no, but that's what no. But in my humble opinion, I think that's what will separate that woman from other women, like the ones who preserve their value the most, like the ones who are more disciplined in that regard. Because I think women know deep down that they control access to sex.
So then what's to say about the guy who's just trying to take somebody home from the bar?
Well, I mean,
if he can actually do it, then he has to provide some value. Because not a lot of guys are getting laid. Okay, let's just keep it real. Please don't look like that. How you really think a lot of guys? You really think a lot of guys out here?
No, I think y'all love to hate on women about that.
What?
Okay, hate.
We're not hating.
No. Hate's probably not the word, but I don't understand how a man, like, if a woman slept with 6 guys in a week, she's a hoe, right? So if a man slept with 6 girls in a week, not the same girl either, he's not a hoe.
You know, I'm a kind person. I say ran through. Let's just say that ran through is the word. You know, I'm really working
He's
on.
Ran
I'm
through.
working on. She's.
No, he's running through.
He's running through. He's running through. You ever heard the master key analogy?
Yeah, I have.
There you go.
Okay, that makes sense, but I don't understand why the term is only.
Well, okay,
it's a double standard, but I mean,
women.
It's one of the only double standards that don't benefit women.
So yeah,
it's not one of the only ones. I'd say it's probably one of the biggest ones.
Yes, but
what does he think? So what kind of? Okay, well, real quick. So when it comes to the sex thing, why it's really frowned upon for a female to be with a lot of partners, whether it's for a guy with a body count of 15 is totally different from a girl with a body count of 15. Now, as I hate to say it, but I see it all the time. We have one friend in our group. I won't say his name, but his name was written on the girl's door, like bathroom door at Cahoots, saying this guy's name is a whore. Okay, will it stop him from getting other girls? Absolutely not. But if you switch them in reverse, if it was in the boys' bathroom and it said this girl is a whore,
she'll probably still get fucked. I'm not gonna lie.
She probably will.
But
that's
not a lot of guys will take her seriously.
But that's not the girl's
So
main
who's
goal.
to say the girls aren't going to take that guy seriously?
Well, a lot of men they checked out from relationships, so it doesn't really hold as much weight. Plus, you guys don't control who gets married. We do as men.
Yes.
We control who gets married.
You control sex.
You guys control sex.
Yeah. You decide who gets sex.
We decide who gets married.
We have to get on the knee at the end of the day.
We have to give you our last name.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And then
I believe that. I believe, me personally, I believe that it's a man's job to approach and attain the woman. That's just my opinion. I believe that's our job to attain the woman, and I believe that it's the woman's job to retain the man after sex.
yeah,
And-
most
and the
girls
reason why-
can.
And the reason why I say after sex is because she no longer has that sexual leverage after she's, giving him that intimacy.
I don't think about it that deeply, honestly.
well,
Like,
No pun intended.
let me say
No
let
pun
me
intended,
continue.
guys.
No, because I don't. When I'm thinking about a relationship with somebody, I'm not thinking how long do I have to hold out for me to find out that if he actually likes me.
Yes, yes, I get that.
That thought doesn't cross my mind. It's not that I.
Well, have you heard this thing?
Hey, let me go give it up real quick.
Well,
But,
have you heard this thing called?
I'm just saying, sex is not something that I value in a relationship. More
You wanna know why?
more than the man that I'm having.
You wanna know
or
why, though?
a relationship.
you want to know why you value more of intimacy rather than sex?
Why?
It's because sex is easy for women.
I disagree.
It's easy for women
It's
to
easy
get
for women to
sex.
get sex, so they're not worried about sex in itself. That's for a man, it's hard to get. So we're really more focused on the sex. For a girl, it's real easy for her to get sex from a guy, but most girls can't keep a man. They can't keep a man.
Because all they're thinking about is sex.
Well, are they really attributing anything to his life after sex? That's the part that we have to really look at.
And you're talking about in a relationship.
Yes.
Well, yes, because look, we as men, we have this thing. Okay, you've probably heard of it before. Okay, you're not naive. Okay, you're not stupid. I know you've heard this thing. It's called post nut clarity.
Oh yeah, I've heard of it.
Okay,
For sure.
and that's where that's what we know. I want to spend the rest of my life with this girl, or dang, I want to do with her. Like, what is wrong with me? Like, what did I just do? I feel nasty as hell. Like you really don't know until after that. Like for example, all right, if I cannot,
It's like jerking off, like while you're watching, while you looking at Cornhub, you know what I'm saying?
like if I can't get that girl off
if the girl that you're looking at on your phone, she's real attractive for those 5 minutes, but after you get that clarity, you like, yo, I don't ever want to see this girl ever in my life.
But
because
okay,
you
I have
know-
a question.
you know what I'm saying?
I have a question actually about this.
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
good, girl?
Is that based on how good or bad whatever you did is?
What do you mean?
Like how much you enjoyed it or not?
Nah, I don't think that really matters in that instance.
Okay.
Man, that's a nut.
Yeah,
Most guys.
yeah, I think.
Damn.
Yeah, I think.
There's a
I think
reason.
quality of sex is more of a woman thing compared to a guy.
Yeah.
A guy enjoys quantity.
The guy
Of sex.
enjoys
I think
option.
men and women can enjoy both.
Well, yes, yes, but men on the other hand, we enjoy
value-
quantity
value.
more than quality. While we still enjoy quality, of course,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
but I think we value quantity more. Like me personally, I like quality. Me personally, but a exception doesn't make the rule. And
Yeah.
I believe that I'm a exception.
And it doesn't take racking up tons and tons of bodies to realize, like, okay, this is getting old, right?
Mm-hmm.
For me, it only took like maybe 3 or 4 to realize, like, hey, this is just there's no growth here.
Yeah.
There's no
This
growth
is
here.
this is never going to benefit me in the long run.
This
Yes,
is very unfulfilling, and you
Yeah.
want you want something like you want progress, someone that you can like build connection with. That's what really brings you.
And plus, earlier I forgot to mention this. Why men who have a higher body count is deemed to be more respected than a woman. Because most of the time, women, they usually pick the men who have the capability of being a hoe. Not saying that they are a hoe, but they have a capability, or they've gotten past their hoe phase. Like they rarely pick the guy who can't really get a woman. Because I usually see the same girls fighting over the same 3-4 men. It's like you said, like in the past episode, there was always those 3-4 guys in class that in high school that every girl wanted.
Yeah.
Whether it was
every man isn't dating every woman. Do you think that? Okay, so I guess what I was saying is that there's a percentage of women out there that are only dating a certain percentage of guys. Every guy isn't getting every girl. There's only the top percentage of guys. Let's say like 20-25% of guys that are getting all the girls, and the rest are just being left in the dust. Because I mean, and it's biologic. I mean, it's biology. You want the best man that you can get with, so you can have good, nice and strong kids. You know what I'm saying? Just
D1 babies,
D1 babies,
D1 babies.
Yeah,
and people say it's. I mean, they think it's a joke, but no, that's the real thing. People like guys that are tall, athletic. Smart to some degree. You don't want no fat guy that's in the basement with his mom his whole life
with no ambition, with no future.
No ambition, no one takes that seriously.
No one.
And as women should.
Yeah, but you see how we don't really frown upon what ladies want. Like, what do guys want most of the time in a long term partner? We just don't want them to be a hoe.
Yeah, mostly. Yeah.
Like, don't be a hoe. Look nice. Don't bring too much baggage with you. Like, whenever I'm ready to be with you, because I believe that will really destroy a woman. Like, I believe, me personally, trauma, it builds men and it destroys women.
I think it can build women too, because
I've
had a lot.
Well, what I mean by that is whenever a woman, she goes through a lot of trauma, she tends to adapt these masculine traits.
Yes.
And I believe that masculinity is built while femininity is preserved. And how do you preserve femininity? You go through the least amount of trauma as possible.
But if you're handed a...
Which is why guys usually go for younger women.
Yes.
Because they come with a little less experience, baggage, while guys tend to shy away from the women that are older, approaching 30 and things like that. That's why most men of all ages tend to go for the women that are 18 to 24.
Yes, meanwhile, most women, they tend to want a guy who's been through some level of shit, because he knows that he can he knows that he can conquer that adversity.
Remember, chicks dig scars. You ever heard that saying?
No.
Well, it's a saying called chicks dig scars, because it proves that the man has been through things. It hasn't killed him. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right?
And he persevered through it.
I think that it depends on the woman, for sure. But I think that going through something, and not while she's in it, but after she's come through it, she can grow.
Oh, yeah.
While a woman is in a trauma or in a situation, whatever kind of trauma, there's all different kinds, but when she's in that situation and feels stuck and can't get out, or doesn't know how to get out, she creates toxic habits.
Yes.
And that's the thing too. I believe women can go through things as well. But here's the thing that I tell men to watch out for. Watch what she does, because you believe a girl's actions, never her words.
Never her words.
You never hear I'm a woman in my word. You always hear I'm a man in my word. And you need to pay attention to who she goes to when she goes through certain things. Does she go to her father, her family, or does she go to a guy to clap, get clapped? You know what I'm saying? Because girls do these things. Does she go? Does she go to God, or does she go to another man at 2:00 in the morning to play arts and crafts? You know what I'm saying?
But a girl who goes through trauma and creates bad habits, who's to say when she gets through those traumas, or when she gets through that, who's to say she gets rid of the toxic habits and grows? Again, I say me personally, but you said don't compare everything to yourself. So,
Well, I mean, you're the only one who's like been through what you've been through. For
Yeah,
sure.
exactly. So, like,
I understand.
I don't think anybody can really talk on, and men or women. I don't think you can really talk on somebody's trauma. And ow, sorry, my earring is stabbing me. Wow. I don't think you can really speak on somebody's trauma, regardless of who they are, because you weren't the one who went through that. Even like, say, even you guys went through something together, you guys are going to handle it differently, and you're going to come out of it differently.
Yes.
Because you guys cope differently. So, and you may create toxic habits, or you might not. You know, you never know. But
makes sense. Yeah.
I think that when women come through trauma, when they get out of whatever traumatic situation they're in, it teaches them valuable lessons. Well, a man learns through the trauma, a woman learns after.
Why, yes. And, okay, but do you know what's a common denominator, though? Whenever a woman goes through trauma, and no matter, like, how she learns or what she learns, she has to embrace some level of masculine traits to get through that trauma.
I don't think a woman having masculine traits is a bad thing, to an extent.
To an extent, yes.
To an extent. Your face lit up. You're like, whoa. No, I think that an independent woman has to have some kind of masculine trait, because they have to be able to carry themselves in any situation, right? Mm-hmm. So a dependent woman is going to be strong in her masculinity because she feels like she can't do it for herself.
Yeah.
I believe she should be strong in the home.
Yeah.
I believe she should be strong in her femininity, because I believe that femininity is the greatest superpower known to mankind.
For sure.
Because I believe that femininity, I believe that men act way differently in a feminine room than they do in a very masculine room.
Absolutely. And that
we
can
act
be
very differently.
Negative or positive. Because I know.
I believe it's very positive whenever we're in a feminine room.
Well, let me say this, though. An emasculine man around femininity will act out. Mm-hmm. A masculine man around femininity will be calm. Mm-hmm. For sure.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just that yin and yang that just works, you know?
Yeah.
Yes. You know, I'm glad we talked about this, because this brings me up to my next question. What do you believe women understand better than men?
Oh.
And I'll answer this too, because I can have an answer.
I keep wanting to say for me personally, but like, I don't want to speak on all women.
This Sprite is good as shit. I ain't gonna
Crisp.
lie, y'all, man. It is crazy.
Man, what can I do to get Sprite to endorse?
A glass bottle is crazy.
Sprite, if you're watching this, man, sponsor us, please.
Sprite, man, let us know. I know we touched down some thought-provoking things, but man, this is good for views, man. Look us up.
Man.
You'll have to tag Sprite in your caption.
Oh, for sure.
Be like, this is a Sprite commercial.
Oh, for sure.
And that's why I say today's video is sponsored by Sprite.
Okay, what do women understand better than men? I think women understand their emotions better than men.
I mean, it's the one thing that they're loyal to most of the time.
Yeah, I think a woman can for sure understand or figure out how she feels about something, and not to say all women communicate, because they definitely don't. But
expect us to be mind readers.
A woman,
no,
for sure. But like, I feel like women are better at communicating their feelings than men are, because we'll go back to the oppression thing. Men aren't allowed to have feelings, supposedly. So
we tend we tend to adapt. That's like one of our greatest things about men. We tend to adapt, and that's all we have done throughout time is adapt, especially in this modern era.
Yeah,
we're finding new ways to see if we can find the good women. And it's coming to a point now where men are just checking out, going to a whole nother country. I mean, it's come to that point. Men are logical. Like, if they're not appreciated here, what's the next thing you got to do? Just go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the only... I wouldn't, just try and suffer or settle for anything if you know you're a man that's worth a damn.
Yeah, only men who ain't shit, they stay in places where they're not wanted. That's just me personally. But what I believe that a woman understands better than men. I believe that a woman understands, I believe that a woman can read a room way better than a man can.
For sure.
I believe that they are socially superior to the man.
Women are very intuitive.
Yes, I believe
women can read people really well. And I'm not saying all women, but a lot of women understand like when a man checks out.
Yes.
They can understand even if the man never says anything. A woman.
I believe
A woman,
a woman can understand what's going on without even having to hear. Like they can, their energy can, or whatever, their intuition, like they can understand that. They can see it. So like say, for example, like say you were in a relationship and you decided that maybe this woman isn't, I don't want to say like bringing value. She's not adding to your life as much as you thought she would.
Yeah.
Like say you're like, wow, I thought you were a little different than this, or say you have opposing thoughts about things that you're pretty hard set on.
Yeah.
And you're trying to decide if you should have a conversation or if you should leave her or whatever. Say you're trying to figure out what your next step is. A woman already knows. For sure. A woman can sense that from a mile away.
I mean, my mom always knows when I'm lying.
Yeah.
Every time.
Because men think that if they put on a front, because that's what you have to do as a man, I guess. Mm-hmm. If you put on a front, nobody can see through it.
Yep. And for most men, they have to do that because because they know that the truth will be punched. And sadly, I believe that's where a lot of women go wrong. They punch the truth most of the time. That's why most men lie to most women most of the time.
I think women could definitely be a lot more understanding towards men, for sure.
Yeah, but a lot of women, they can't really handle the truth, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, because I believe when you punch the truth, you're asking to be lied to.
I mean,
that's what a lot of women do.
Let's take it back to a guy that wanted to take you home. Maybe he, he told the truth. I mean, he was upfront with his intentions. He told you how he was feeling. Like, hey, I'm trying to go home with you tonight. What's up? Now, of course, when you're coming off that way, or you say something like that, girls like, ew, no, back off.
Understandably.
So for what every guy does sometimes is that they lie. They string you along, feed you a fantasy.
Yeah.
Do all sorts of things as soon as they get what they want.
But I also think that men see getting rejected or like being told no as a punishment.
Yeah, and
because a man in society, a man can get literally whatever he wants, right?
If you put in the work, yes.
With women aside, a man can get whatever he wants.
Yeah.
If he works towards
it. A man can become anything. That's
anything.
one of the great things about men. Yes.
Anything. When it comes to women, they have to put in a lot of work. So when they get rejected, I think they see no as a punishment.
It depends on what stage of their life.
Even if it is the truth, like, no, I'm not interested. I think they see that as a punishment occasionally. And then that's when they flip and they're like, well.
It's probably because they're not used to being told no.
And why is that the woman's fault, though?
That's what I was thinking.
Well, I'm not saying it's the woman's fault, but it's probably just them not being used to told no. I think it's because of how they're raised most of the time. Like, we as men, like, we're taught to treat our little girls like little princesses whenever they're growing up. And I think that is, I don't think it's setting them up for failure, but I believe that it's teaching them to not settle, like whenever they grow up. But I believe like you have to give them some level of harsh reality.
And I don't know about most men out there, but for the men I know, we've been told no our whole lives, from the tryouts on a basketball team to rejection to your school crush.
Yep.
Or, no to your parents, all types of stuff. I mean, I've been told no all the time. So,
yeah.
I mean,
you and me both. I might have been told no more than you.
So, I mean, rejection for me when it comes to maybe talking to a chick is not a problem for me. I don't fear rejection. I fear being accused of something that I didn't do. That's a big thing most men fear. I don't think they fear rejection at all.
I disagree. I think men fear rejection a lot.
Well,
and they'll still approach women with the fear of rejection, knowing that they can back out of it. A lot of men can back out of, backpedal, be like, well, okay, sorry, like, I thought you was feeling me, and then make it the woman's fault. And it's not to say that women aren't to blame. I mean, like, in a lot of situations, women can be to blame, but
they do believe.
And in my opinion, in my opinion, this is just me. I don't see most girls as approachable
Nope,
No.
anymore.
they're not.
You know,
No.
it's very rare that I look at a chick and I really want to like. I feel like I look at her. I feel like I should go up and talk to her instead of being like, "Oh no, I need to get away from this chick as far away as possible."
Here's one thing that here's one thing that ladies have to stop doing. I believe that ladies need to stop giving men their Snapchat or phone numbers when they know good and darn well they're not gonna reply back because that's just laying them on. And I know that you want to protect their feelings, but no one really gives a shit about men's feelings anyway. So like, why not just
You know what I do?
what?
So whenever I want a girl's number or something like that, I don't get her number.
You get her Instagram.
No, I give her mine. I give her my phone number because I'm not going to call and chase her. I leave it to her. I always, when it comes to like a relationship or anything, I make the woman think that she came up with the idea for us to be together in a sense.
Parker be playing the mind game.
Has the idea worked?
With the women.
Oh yeah, it's worked. It's worked in a sense of like when it comes to relationships, like I just haven't like it didn't like get that far because I wasn't ready. Yeah, mentally speaking.
I feel you.
But it's always gone better for me to whereas I feel like I'm chasing this girl because remember, girls are more successful being the adorers than a guy will ever be.
Yes.
A girl chasing a man will always be rewarded.
Always. Because women, they don't bang chasers, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. And when I give her my phone number, it's up to her. She doesn't feel pressured or anything like that. Because most girls feel that pressure to text that guy or anything like that. Girls don't want to feel all that shit. They want to feel like, okay, this guy's giving me a choice, all types of stuff. So I'm pretty fair when it comes to this kind of stuff. So that's just something I've learned. Just simply giving her the number.
Okay.
Leave it up to her to do it. That way, it's clear whether she's interested in you or not.
Yeah, leave the ball in her court.
Yep.
Yeah, leave the ball
So
in her
if she
court.
wants to pursue you or she was feeling you or whatever, like,
You know what I'm saying? Let's see Steph Curry on the 3 or Shaquille O'Neal. You know what I'm saying? Crazy.
Nope. Okay. Question for you because I'm not a woman, so I can't really answer this, but you can answer this for me. What's one of the most embarrassing? What's the most embarrassing thing that a woman could go through?
embarrassing?
Yes.
Honestly, it has nothing to do with men.
Well, what's the most embarrassing that a woman can go through?
That's rough.
I don't know. I feel like it might be. I feel like it could be in a relationship sense.
Being the other woman.
That's the most embarrassing?
Wait, what?
I think. I don't know.
I think you'll be able to come back from that really well.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know.
Wait, what did you say?
I said being the other woman.
What does that mean?
Being like the side woman.
Oh, being side
And not
chick?
knowing. We'll say not knowing. Like, that's embarrassing.
Okay.
If you're respectful of relationships, then obviously, like, being the other woman is very embarrassing, because then you're like, I didn't mess up, but I feel like I messed up because I partook in this and I had no idea. And then the other girl is like, what the hell,
To me, I think the answer to that question is getting your nudes leaked as a girl.
Everybody got a damn OnlyFans at this point. I don't think that's really embarrassing.
Yeah, well, back in our day, if you got caught with that, if you got exposed in high school, I was ready to move cities, move schools.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, girls are selling it for a Big Mac and some fries.
Yo, girl is worth a Big Mac.
Your girl worth 2 McChickens, right?
Two McChickens, that's what it was.
She worth less than Netflix. Shout out to my boy Mal, by the way.
Shout out to Mal. We gotta get him.
We gotta get him. Yeah,
Oh
we
my God.
gotta get him and the whole gang on.
That
man.
would be dangerous.
I know.
We
man.
might get banned after that.
I might need to make a couple of texts real quick.
Yeah, man. He wanted to come on.
I know.
He'll come on in a heartbeat. He'll come on tomorrow.
Oh, I know. I know.
But what was I going to say? So we discussed all of that. So in that TikTok, we discussed a woman, whether if going out a certain way is disrespectful to her man, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Now I want to talk about or actually a question about guy friends. Where do you stand on a girl having guy friends?
Don't look at me like that.
What do you stand on a woman having guy friends, best friends in a relationship? A guy best friend in a relationship. What do you think about that?
In your relationship? That's tough. So, I have guy friends. I wouldn't say, I mean, I have a guy best friend, but he's been through hell and back with me. That's a specific situation. But if I'm in a relationship, I don't go to that guy best friend. I think it's how you treat the best friend that really makes a point. If you go to your guy best friend for every little thing about your relationship, then that's not good. I personally go to my brother or my dad or my uncle or somebody in my family that I trust, specifically my brother and my dad.
That's
because
music to his ears.
Great choice.
That's
Like-
music to his ears.
That's why I tell people to do.
Yep.
Yeah, because those people, I mean, and it's, you know, some people don't have that option. Some women
No.
really don't have that option. They don't have those people in their family.
No, they don't.
But maybe they have like a brother figure or a father figure or whatever that they trust that sees them the same way that they could talk to. But I don't think that talking to other men about your relationship that are not like very close with you, like I say, it's just some dude that you're friends with that you talk to every now and then, that you hang out with every now and then. And like when you're in a relationship, you don't really, you know, you kind of lose track and you don't hang out, and you never introduce whoever you're dating to him, but you'll tell him everything about your relationship. I think that's when it becomes bad, because you're seeking out other male attention for validation.
Okay. Have you ever had a guy friend come up to you and confess his love to you?
No.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
You really are an exception to the rule.
All right.
Wow, that's definitely new.
Yeah. So
For me, with guy friends, for me is like,
I've had guy acquaintances do that, but not somebody that I'm like,
colleagues.
yeah, colleagues, my peers. No, but I've never had like one of my actual like good close friends like in my circle. I've never had one of them come up to me and be like, "Hey, I'm in love with you," or something like
I'm
that.
in love with you. He's like,
yeah. And for me personally,
bye.
you're so sweet.
yeah, for me personally, in my relationship, I don't really text girls like that. Like I mean, like for example, if I have like one conversation with a girl, she'll be number 2 on my Snapchat best friends list. Like that's how much I really talk to other girls nowadays. Now that I'm in a relationship. Now for my girlfriend, her having guy friends, it's not something that I'm really insecure about, because I know that she won't put our relationship at risk, because I know that she knows that she represents me. So it's not something that I'm really worried about for her, because I already know that she knows like what I will let like slide and what I won't let slide.
All right. Yeah. And I mean, if you decide to cut or drop a best friend or anything like that, I believe that guy best friend, if he had pure intentions, he would understand.
I don't even have girl best friends.
Yeah. You don't have girl best friends?
No.
Okay. Well, that's good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because like,
I think your partner should be your best friend.
well, yeah,
That, like your partner,
but that's what
your partner
that goes
should be
without
your guy
saying,
best
though.
friend. You know,
But that goes without saying, though.
yeah.
For me, I don't believe in friends. I believe in family, you know?
Yeah.
And I believe that, you know, if you are going to have any guy friends that are outside your biological family members, I believe that you could be friends with my friends, at least, because we're all going to, they're going to treat you like they're your bodyguards.
Yeah,
It's-
or
I
like
mean, if I'm not
this
there,
this is my little sister or something. You know,
yeah, like because if I'm not there to like help you out, I got the boys here. They're going to make sure you get home safe and all that stuff. And all my friends in our circle, we all have pure intentions towards our girls and all that stuff. We understand that, hey, we look out for each other, So it's all a family thing for me. 'Cause I believe with friends, I believe you have some loose ends and things like that. I believe you really got to have a strong bond there.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's almost like a family.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So that's the only way I believe being friends with guys could work, if it's inside that really strong circle. So
Yeah. Okay.
look at this dude.
What? It was someone from the game.
I get it.
It was someone from the game last night.
You're a busy
I'm
man.
a busy guy.
Yeah, you're a busy guy.
Okay.
Thank you for making time for us, Justin.
Of course, I'm trying. Okay.
Your time is valuable, man.
Do you believe nowadays that men are still accountable?
For what? Exactly.
Yeah.
Like their actions. And this is the last question that I wanted to ask.
Okay. I have one more for her then.
Okay.
Are men accountable for their actions? I think that men can avoid the consequences of their actions a lot easier than women can. So
I believe that too, yes.
For that, I think that men can definitely be less accountable because they don't have to account for their consequences.
Well, I believe that. Okay, it may not be other people telling the man that he's fucking up, but I believe that reality will tell him that he's fucking up. Compared to,
I don't think that because imagine there's somebody, a man that has been told his whole life that he's a fuck up. So naturally, just listen. Like say.
Well, this went dark real fast.
I'm sorry.
Right.
Well, say he's made a lot of bad decisions and he's hard on himself about it. Yeah. So he's like, oh, I'm just such a fuck up because that's what he's been told. Mm-hmm. So that's what he believes. So then say he gets into a situation where he's like, oh, this is real. Like I could easily fuck this up, but I'm not going to. Or they could say, wow, I could easily fuck this up. Why don't I just go ahead and fuck this up so I don't hurt myself?
Yeah.
Or so I don't hurt somebody else, and they self-sabotage.
Yeah.
So I think that can go a lot of different ways. It depends on the situation for sure. I don't think there's a definite answer for that from me.
Okay. I like that answer.
Yeah.
All right, what's your question?
All right, so let's see. Crap. Let me put this back there. Now, do you believe that women in today's time are superior to men?
No.
You still think there's some things that need to be worked on in a sense?
Yes.
All right.
Sure.
What would you say, or give me like one thing that you think that women, what right do men have that woman doesn't have? What's the right that a man has?
Like an actual like right or they get paid more.
Ooh,
the wage gap? You think the wage gap is real, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, I got a question.
Not in every sense. Not in every sense.
If the wage gap was real, if women was getting paid less on the dollar than men, then why do we continue to hire men?
That's a good question.
Gotcha, bitch.
All right.
Damn.
He's been waiting for that one.
All right.
He's been waiting for that for sure.
That's crazy.
And that's my mic drop.
Yeah, you got me there.
Well, I mean, it would just be the smart decision to hire all women so they can make more money. The man can save more money. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I mean, I believe that. I mean, with women, if they want to go into these fields like a police officer, these male-dominated places, I believe that they'll get hired on a lot faster than men will because of affirmative action.
Yeah. Yes.
So when it comes to the wage gap, men on average get paid more, but it's not because of something that's not controllable. I believe it is a choice that girls make. I mean, women are getting paid more than ever now in like they're the most enrolled in colleges, you know, and they're graduating way more than men nowadays. Men are dropping out more than women, and these women choose to go into these fields that are more socially oriented, that are more around people, like nursing, social work, not the more dangerous, more paid jobs like maybe like
STEM,
trades,
like science, technology,
STEM majors, you know,
and math,
science, technology, engineering, and math and stuff like that. You see men going to these things more. And if that wasn't the case either, let's take Amazon for example, right? Men are more likely to work more hours, work more days than women will. When you give a woman a job that makes $1,000 an hour, she's going to be thinking, I only have to work 4 hours a week, while a man's thinking, I can make $24,000 a day. In a sense. So, to me, so maybe there's something that I don't know about, but as far as I've seen it, women have every opportunity to make more money.
Yeah.
I just think
it's a matter, I agree with that.
I just think it's a matter of choice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In a sense. So, that's just basically it for me.
Yep.
Do you have anything?
Nah, we got our beat.
We got our beat.
Wow. Okay. So in closing, I'm gonna leave the ball in your court.
Okay.
What is one thing do you wish that men understood better about women?
Oh, I could go on and on. Don't get me started.
One.
Well, you got like
Just one.
I got like 5 seconds.
5 minutes.
Okay.
5 minutes. You're good.
What is one thing
that you wish men understood better about women?
Well, I have to go pee on that.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
You got it.
I got it?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for the encouragement.
I'm sorry. You got it.
What you got?
Man. I think going back to what we were saying about trauma I was in a relationship when I went through a very serious trauma, and I wish in that relationship that he focused more on being my best friend than being my boyfriend.
Ooh,
he got
okay.
kind of caught up in the whole I need to provide, I need to fix this situation, rather than just hey, just be here, just be present.
That's one thing I've learned too, is that
a lot of
women are emotional creatures.
Yeah.
And there are certain things as a man where you cannot approach a thing logically.
Mm-hmm.
You have to
feel.
You have to really care to her feelings a lot more. Sometimes you just need to go hug her and cut her off and be like, it's going to be okay.
And not even that's like scraping the surface. I mean, I would prefer, if I'm going through something, to just have someone be present. And I'm not saying go out of their way to do things for me or whatever. Just be present. Just be here and just be with me while I go through this, and just give me some grace so that I can get through this, and we can move through this together. You're a team when you're in a relationship, and if he's acting more as your boyfriend or husband or whoever, if he's claiming the label without playing the part, there's a disconnect.
Yeah.
So.
It's like a girl that wants the wedding but doesn't want to be a wife or a mother.
Yeah. you want the label, but you don't want to actually put in the effort and just.
She wants to be a wife, but she's displaying girlfriend. She's doing girlfriend things.
Girlfriend shit, yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I like the answer. I like the answer a lot. I mean, sometimes girls just usually they need someone to listen to them. Someone to talk to. I mean,
women love to talk.
Men,
women love to talk.
They love to talk their shit, man. Let me tell you. But I really like that. I really like the answer a lot. So I guess we can end it right there. Sarah, it's been great having you on here.
Thank you for having me, for sure.
Oh yeah, this has been a great conversation. You are going to be famous once again. Blow us up once again. But But in all seriousness, I'm really glad you came here. This is great. And we'll see you next time. We'll definitely have a part 2, guys. So join us next time on the Burchalations podcast. We got more coming soon. Hit us up on Instagram and follow Sarah on Instagram as well. Her link will be in the description down below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And I'm gonna go dance. Yeah, I'm gonna line dance. Are you going to?
Oh hell yeah!
All right. Yes. All right, guys. I'll see y'all later.